main card. First fight on the main card for the UFC Fight Night Gamrot versus Fiziev. First fight on the main card, it's Ricardo Ramos fighting Charles Jourdain at featherweight, 145 pounds. And I'm going, my pick is backhand. My pick is Charles Jourdain.
My pick is Charles Jourdain as well.
Let's go. Minus 150. 150 to make 100.
That's actually good value.
I love this price.
Yeah.
You know, some people might say, oh, it's 50-50 and Jourdain's a little bit too expensive. I'm like, nope. This is
I
sweet.
actually think this is not Ramos's like weight. He should move up a level because he tries to cut. In his last fight, he missed weight by 9 pounds.
My goodness.
They had to scrap the fight against Jared Gordon.
How old is this guy? He's 28 and he's missing weight by 9 pounds?
9 pounds.
At the age of 28? 9 times?
Nah.
9 times. Yeah, Ferris Bueller. I'm sorry.
That's like
bad joke. Bad joke. Bad joke. But seriously, 9 pounds. That's ridiculous.
I mean, you can't. It's like another weight class. You can't fight that guy.
It's literally another weight class.
Yeah.
9 pounds up is 154, which is literally making 155.
Yeah.
Whatever, 1 pound away, whatever. It's crazy.
But like, that's messed up. But like, so if you move to up to 155, that'd probably be better for him. Ramos has that weird capoeira striking, like kind of like Michael Pereira type fighter.
Yeah, kicks, a lot of kicks.
Yeah, he has KO power. He showed that against Danny Chavez in his last fight.
Yeah, if somebody runs into his hand somehow, he might knock you out or something. The spinning elbow you're talking about. The spinning elbow one? Yeah. I mean, some ridiculous knockout like a spinning elbow against a guy who's coming forward.
That's a style, though.
It is a style. That's true. I'm not going to say it's not skillful. It was skillful, but I'm just saying it's like if someone's coming at you, all you got to do is, duck, spinning elbow. Yeah. It's like good knockout, but it's not happening versus Jourdain.
No.
It's just
with
not.
With his expertise, I think he has faster hands than Ramos in general.
God, yes. Ramos, I don't feel like Ramos doesn't even really like to throw hands. He just does it to keep you off him. He likes to throw kicks, really, and he loads up on him.
And he wants to keep the range, so he does those kicks, and then
he does keep the range.
Dances around.
That's exactly him. Keeps the range.
The Jourdain also does combos with his hands.
Hell yeah, combos.
If somehow
3-4 punches.
Ramos actually gets him on his back, which I don't think he's gonna wrestle Ramos in general.
Yeah.
But like, Jourdain is active on his back, so he's not gonna stay there.
Listen, we saw Jourdain get off the ground versus Gracie, an absolute legendary family.
The name.
Yeah, the name and what he's done in jiu-jitsu too, and what he's even done in the UFC. It's he's dangerous on the ground, and Jourdain's like, nope, I'm just gonna get up.
Yeah.
And Ramos is not even close to a grappler as Gracie. Yeah, it's like Ramos does have 2 takedowns a fight, but like his takedowns are not like clean wrestling takedowns. It's like body lock,
trip.
Yeah, and Jourdain already proved he can handle that against a Gracie, who's a world champion jiu-jitsu. Black belt.
Top tier.
When
you think of jiu-jitsu and grappling, you think of the Gracie family in general.
100%.
And Ramos is not a Gracie. So.
No. So Ramos loads up on his kicks. Easy to see coming.
Telegraph.
Yeah, and Jourdain, when he's on his game, he can easily evade leg kicks. So head kicks, no problem, because Ramos is loading up. Jourdain's going to have no problem, in my opinion. Ramos does not throw with almost any power on his punches. It's not enough to keep a guy like Jourdain off you.
Yeah.
So Jourdain can go in and out quickly, like jump back out really quickly. When he goes forward, he throws 3-4 punch combinations with uppercuts. Confident. He has power. He's he is a volume puncher, but he throws with some heat and consistently.
He throws with intention.
Throws with intentions, round after round. Like we said, I think he's good defense. He gets the high guard up at the right times against guys who are competent strikers. I don't think Ramos is a competent puncher. He's a competent kicker, but not a puncher. And so Jourdain's going to be easily blocking the punches if Ramos can even connect with some punches. No problems. I think Jourdain wins this fight with his boxing easily. Unanimous easily. And I think that the kicks easily gets out of the way of those. Body lock, no problem getting out of those, even if Ramos can get him. Jourdain's actually relatively fast, I would say. I would consider Jourdain a pretty fast fighter. Ramos also, to get the body lock, Ramos stands really far away. So to get a body lock against a guy like Jourdain, you're going to need Jourdain to make a huge mess up of going too close to Ramos. But Jourdain is smart with the punches, the combinations, knows when to kind of get out of the way. Jourdain is just kind of a beast, kind of. He doesn't knock everyone out, but he throws these volume combinations and he lands, and he can kind of hurt you and just keep sting you enough. This
well, let's not talk about locks.
well.
Right now,
I mean, there's so much potential, but we love this fight.
yeah,
I'm just gonna say that.
yeah,
We're definitely putting
this
money
is a
on this.
one-sided
Is
fight.
fun. It's a one-sided fight. It feels like that because if you can't keep Jourdain off you with your own punches, you're screwed.
Yeah.
If you don't throw enough leg kicks, you're screwed. Ramos throws some leg kicks, but he loads up on them. Jourdain, we said, can get out of the way of people who don't load up on the leg kicks. Some guy who's loading up easily gets out of the way. Ramos really only has the kicks. It's not a contest in our opinion. So we love this fight. We love Jourdain in this fight. Minus 150. We think it's a steal.
Yeah, the money line. This is the value.
Absolutely. 150 to make 100 on Charles Jourdain. That's our pick. Both of our picks.
Welcome to We've Been Drinking MMA podcast. We are talking about the Bryan Battle, AJ Fletcher fight. I am going Bryan Battle. Bryan Battle is a long, rangy kickboxer. Even if AJ brings it to the ground, Bryan Battle has those long, rangy legs with those long arms. He can get subs.
Minus 170. Minus 170. I like him too.
Bryan Battle?
Yeah, minus 170 to make 100. I'm picking Battle too.
Yeah, this is a good fight for people that love parlays. So I like Bryan Battle in a parlay.
Simple, right? You just battle money line.
Yeah.
No getting fancy about how it's gonna happen. Just it's gonna happen.
Yeah. AJ
Cool.
Fletcher is more of he's strong. He's a wrestler.
Yeah. Good athlete
yeah.
in the first round.
I believe you said that he has gas tank issues.
I feel like in his last fight, you could see not in his last fight, he got a sub. He won by sub, but against Lusa. Or Ang Lusa. Lusa's a really good fight. I would say he's a really good fighter.
Yeah.
But regardless, that's not the point. The point is that in the first round it was relatively competitive. Lusa won the first round, but it was competitive. And in the second round, Fletcher was keeping distance, manipulating distance smartly, coming in and out of range, throwing decent combinations. Jab wasn't as good, punches weren't quite up to par with Lusa, and we know Lusa's really good by his last fight last weekend. How good he really is, but Fletcher in the second round, he wasn't keeping that distance in the second or third round. He started going right up to him. Thing is, like Lousy always says, if you go in to somebody's range and you don't throw and you're waiting on them, that's what Fletcher was doing, man. He started getting bloody. His nose was bloody.
Yeah, you're going to get knocked out.
You're going to get knocked out. And I'm actually surprised he didn't get knocked out. But the point is that second and third round, he got bloodied on his face. And he was doing it to himself. He was just coming in close, but he wasn't throwing, waiting for some, and then Lusa would throw, smack him, and then Fletcher would try and counter, and it was too late. And all of a sudden, his head movement wasn't there like it was in the first round. So what I'm saying is, as the fight goes on, Fletcher is suspect. His gas tank is suspect. His IQ is suspect. You look at Battle.
If you just look at records. You think AJ Fletcher is going to be okay?
Yeah, 10-2.
Okay, 10-2.
Yeah.
Let's go. But when you actually dissect it,
yes,
this is Bryan Battle's fight to win.
Shit, Bryan Battle's 10-2 as well, and he's an Ultimate Fighter champion.
Ultimate Fighter champ. He won all 15 against Renat.
He's 21-1.
Yeah.
Huge record. He even submitted Kevin Lee in 1 minute.
Yeah.
And Kevin Lee, we got respect for him, even though he's retired. So, and Battle went the distance with him.
Yeah.
So
it's just the range and the kickboxing. It's gonna be a fun fight to watch for me to put on a parlay, and
it's fun, man. Battle has a 10-inch reach advantage.
It's gonna be great.
This is ridiculous. So we're talking about a guy like Fletcher who comes in first round. He's pretty good. Bryan Battle Fletcher doesn't throw enough in my opinion compared to Bryan Battle. Battle throws a lot of leg kicks, a lot of kicks in general.
Because he can.
He can, and he's got the distance, so he's like, I'll throw kicks. And what I love about Battle is he's active. He throws a lot of kicks. And when you come in too close, he can knock you out if you come too close. So if Fletcher comes too close, you get knocked out. If Fletcher wants to keep distance and just come in, manipulate range a little bit in the first round, Battle will still kick you a lot. Fletcher is good, but he doesn't throw enough. Against a guy like Battle, how are you going to overcome a 10-inch reach disadvantage if you're not throwing enough? It's just really difficult.
And especially when he's Battle's keeping that range, because this guy's a wrestler, so he's going to want to close the range. But when he's kicking that much, maybe it's a bad thing that he's kicking if he's a wrestler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he can close it a lot faster or catch a kick or whatever, But I don't. Battle actually stays active on the back. He's looking for subs as well, but he gets up.
Yeah, I still think Battle, even though he's active with the kicks, he still picks his spots well. He's just unafraid for some. I think he's just got that will in him, and so like he'll wait for you to do something like, okay, you pause here, he'll kick you. It's not like he's just chucking leg kicks at people. No,
he's not button mashing.
Yeah, he's not button mashing. Video game analogy. Yeah, it's so yeah. And you said he gets up off the ground, good on the ground. He's got 2 subs in his last 6 fights and 2 KOs in his last 6 fights. He's 5-1 in his last 6. With a decision loss to the 21-1.
Look at his last fight. It was a
Ferrettino.
14-second knockout.
Yeah, literally. I mean, regardless of whether Gabe Green went forward on him, a little too much pressure. Fact is that Bryan Battle knows how to time you in
14
exchange.
seconds.
14 seconds, man. Got right next to him, and Fletcher got right next to Lusa, and Lusa didn't finish him. But I feel like Battle can finish. That's why we're going. I think that's why we're both saying Battle by money line. Just Battle in general.
Battle's gonna win this fight.
He's gonna win. Yeah. Appreciate the listening, guys. Going with Bryan Battle. Minus 170, 170 to make 100. Appreciate the listening, guys.
We are talking about the Michelle Waterson-Gomez versus Marina Rodriguez fight. She will forever be known as Michelle Waterson. I don't care if she gets married like 19 times. And she has like 19 like hyphens. She will always be known as Michelle Waterson.
Karate hottie.
That's right.
Michelle Waterson.
By the way, my pick is Marina Rodriguez, money line. This fight is just 2.0. It's going to be the same fight.
They just fought 3 fights ago.
Yeah, it's just going to be the same fight. I don't know. Like, is she going to learn that much, like, to do something differently in this fight? I don't think so. I think Marina's going to do the same thing she did before.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Punch, kicks, takedown offense.
Yeah, good takedown.
The only way Waterson wins this fight is by the wrestling. And she does have wrestling, but like she's going to need to like pressure with that wrestling. Always consistently with the pressure and the wrestling in this fight for her to win this fight. So I don't see that happening. I think Marina's going to keep her at distance with her striking, and I think this is a wrap for with this duel.
Yep, I'm picking Marina Rodriguez as well. She's minus $300 to make 100. They just fought 3 fights ago, and Marina Rodriguez won. 2 of the judges' scorecards was 49-46. It's 4 rounds to 1. So they just have
only 3 rounds.
It's a 3-round fight, so it could be a little bit closer, et cetera, and that's maybe why it's minus 300 instead of maybe minus 500 if it was a 5-round fight. More chances for the better fighter to win, but I feel the same way. Marina Rodriguez can kick and punch very well. She's been top 5 for a while, and Michelle is not top 5. She's like number 10 or even number 11 at this point in her career. And Michelle Waterson goes for kicks. Her punches, again, she doesn't really throw with any really heat on them, so Marina's not going to worry about the punches. So it's really Michelle Waterson, the kicker, versus Marina Rodriguez, the complete striker, the puncher and kicker. On top of all that, Michelle doesn't throw with many feints because, again, she throws kicks. It's hard to feint kicks, you know what I mean, unless you're Izzy who, do the little hip little hezzies, and she doesn't do that. So Marina's going to read the kicks well, like she did last time. And Marina, the thing about her is that she's got great defense as far as striking defense. Wrestling, like Lousy said, that is the one X factor. If Michelle Waterson somehow comes up with a game plan of, like, I'm going to pressure and I'm going to go for takedowns no matter what, that could be a bit of a problem. However, in my opinion, Michelle Waterson stands too far away. And she's not a natural-born wrestler, so for her to put pressure, she's going to have to get closer. When you get closer, you could get clipped. And I think when Marina's really good at keeping distance the way Michelle is, except Marina keeps the distance and also knows how to throw punches and land some pretty heavy strikes of punches. So the distance control, Michelle stands a little bit farther, but Marina knows how to manipulate the distance a little bit better and have the defense so she can counter and throw back, whereas Michelle just stands super far away and just kind of runs in like 2 steps and goes for a kick. And, Marina, it's very repetitive with Michelle. So anyways, Marina, she's going to have the defense. She's good at blocking punches and kicks. Really great body kicks, anything. She's good at with her hand placement for defense. So Michelle shouldn't really be landing anything. And then when Marina wants to throw punches, it's going to make Michelle scared of the punches. And this is what's going to happen, just like last fight. Marina's going to start feinting now. Fake punches. Feinting with the punches. Feinting. And then Michelle's going to bite on it. And then Marina then throws a leg kick and lands. So it's going to be like a lot of volume landed for Marina. Even though Marina doesn't throw a lot of volume, it's going to land all the time because Michelle is going to be scared. Like, is it a punch or a kick? I don't know. I can only kick. So it's kind of one of those fights where I think it's a great chance to make some money on Marina Rodriguez money line.
Yep. We don't need to say like this is going to go the distance. This is going to go the distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like that type of line is going to be ridiculous. The props aren't out yet, so we can't look at them.
Right.
But like it's going to be ridiculous because every fight seems with Michelle Waterson seems to be a decision.
Right.
So
it's like 8 decisions in her last 9 fights or something like that. A ridiculous amount of decisions, either losing or winning.
But like Marina's going to win this fight, and that's my pick.
Exactly. Marina too. A lot of decisions, like 8 out of her last 11 or something. It's crazy. So it's going to be probably too expensive to bet decision. So just we're going Marina Rodriguez money line. She'll win. We've been drinking. This is the co-main event. This is Bryce Mitchell versus Dan Ige at featherweight, 145 pounds. My pick is going to be Bryce Mitchell.
My pick is Bryce Mitchell as well. I'll start.
Yeah.
Bryce Mitchell is. We don't need to say that he's a wrestler. He's kind of my guy. He's been my guy since Barbosa, and that would be etched in my brain like as awesome as it gets for like a fight in general.
Yeah. He knocked him down.
Thug nasty.
Thug nasty.
Thug nasty him.
He raps.
He turned himself into a verb.
Actually, you know what? Thug nasty was on our first podcast ever.
Yeah.
Remember that? It was about like 9 10 months ago, like
brilliant.
last November. That's crazy. He lost to Topuria.
Yeah.
But he was our pick, and he's our guy, dude. He's
always been our guy.
Yeah. It puts the pressure. Doesn't have a lot of power on the hands, but he did knock down Edson Barboza 2 fights ago. We were high on him. We still kind of are high on him, and he puts the pressure. He knows how to throw some punches at fake punches and go for takedowns.
He just doesn't stop with the pressure with the wrestling.
Yeah.
For Ige, his key to victory is takedown defense. If he's able to stifle at least some of these takedowns and use his power and hand speed, he's gonna have a chance in this. But if he can't stop it, it's gonna be a huge problem because that's all Bryce Mitchell does is the pressure and the wrestling.
Yeah, it's basically that. If Mitchell can't get the takedown, then Ige wins. If that's it.
That's it.
But Mitchell.
Are we still talking?
What are we talking for? Mitchell is minus 190, 190 to make 100. He's got a slightly better ranking. He's beaten slightly better guys, but Ige's he's a good striker, man. But the problem is about 3 fights ago he fought Evloev. Movskar Evloev, and it wasn't. I mean, Evloev's a really good wrestler, talented fighter. Obviously, a guy who's in the top 5, I think now. But it's not the fact that Ige lost. It's the way that he got taken down a little too easily without putting up much of a fight. And it's one of those things where it's like if you don't have that fight to try and fight off the wrists, just have some will against
placement.
it. Head placement. Standing too close in the second and third rounds. Like Ige likes to in the first round keep the distance. The second round he gets a little closer, etc. If you don't want to keep the distance, if you don't want to throw feints and make sure you're stopping the wrestlers. Yeah, man. Against a wrestler caliber of Mitchell, not saying Mitchell is Evloev's level, but Mitchell is good. He's a strong grappler. He can take
aggressive.
Guys who
very aggressive.
Dude, guys who don't get taken down like Barbosa, he can take them down. That's a high skill level of wrestling, man. So Ige doesn't have the takedown defense of Edson Barbosa, and he doesn't have the power of Edson Barbosa to keep Mitchell. And by the way, Mitchell knocked down Edson Barbosa. Mitchell really only lost to Topuria, and Topuria is like slated to fight for the title next.
Yes.
Volkanovski keeps mentioning his name that he's going to probably fight him next if he doesn't move up to fight
Topuria is amazing.
F155. So yeah, Topuria is amazing, man. Like kept the distance well, was like in and out in range, hitting hard to the body. Like he was doing so many things right. Then he beat Emmett, who's a top 5, perennial top 5. So Mitchell lost only to the best.
By the way, that was a dismantling of a fight.
It was.
And I was so rooting for Mitchell because I'm such a Bryce Mitchell fan.
Yeah. We like his energy, his personality.
This might be a bias pick, but I'm still picking Mitchell because of his pressure.
Yeah, I mean, Ige, listen, Ige's a ranked fighter. He's top 10 as well. Mitchell is also ranked. It's just style matchups here, Like Mitchell doesn't throw with power, even though obviously he knocked down Barbosa. But Ige is just one of those things where it's like, has he improved in 1 year? It's been about 1 year since the Evloev fight where he got taken down at will. Has he improved enough? He's only fought 2 strikers in the last year, so it's we haven't seen it. He hasn't been tested. But guess what? You're gonna get tested by someone like Bryce Mitchell. Because Bryce Mitchell, he's a specialist. That's what he does.
In your face.
In your face. He's unafraid, and he knows how to keep distance actually really well while still putting pressure, which is a hard thing to do. But he showed he can do it against the best like Barbosa. Barbosa's winning even today in the top 10. So Mitchell is still high on our radar, and yeah, we're going with Mitchell that he's going to get the wrestling, the takedowns, and he's got solid top control, and so yeah, going with Mitchell. Should be interesting first round, obviously, because Ige does have power and he's got good balance in the first. But yeah, going with Mitchell, guys. Welcome. We've been drinking MMA. This is the main event of the fight night. So this is Fiziev, Rafael Fiziev versus Mateusz Gamrot. And my pick is going to be Rafael Fiziev to win.
I'm going Fizzy as well.
Fizzy.
Gamrot, he is probably one of the best wrestlers in the division.
Yeah.
Maybe in the, I wouldn't say the UFC in general.
No.
But
Just in this weight class, he's just, ever since Khabib's gone. Wait, this is 155. So we're the other than the champion.
Yeah.
He's the second best. He's
at least one of the best wrestlers in the UFC.
Second or third, I don't know. Yeah.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's what he's known for, is wrestling, pressure. I'm going Fizzy because just watching the Gaethje Fizzy fight, that was a war. And he's ready to fight like that every single time. So if he fights like that against a guy who's not ready for a war, I don't think Gamrot is. Yeah. So I think Fizzy's gonna win.
So Fizzy, man, he's got 5 significant strikes landed per minute. Gamrot has 3. Gamrot has 4 takedowns per fight, and Fizzy has 0. So it's a striker versus grappler, basically. Gamrot does have a KO from a while ago against a guy who just ran into his punch, basically. So he's not going to KO really many people at all. It's striker versus grappler. So in my opinion, Fizzy has fought somebody relatively close. Not exactly. Obviously, Rafael dos Anjos, he KO'd him in the 5th round, and he's a former champion. Obviously, dos Anjos is a lot older than he used to be past his prime. However, when you see Mateusz Gamrot wrestle, right? You saw him against Jalen Turner in his last fight. He got rocked. He got knocked down in the 2nd round. Third round, he got buckled. But Jalen Turner didn't keep that distance and keep that distance management. Otherwise, he could have won that fight. So my point is that Fiziev has better distance management than Jalen Turner. Fiziev has proven that he can beat the best, like Dos Anjos, have a close fight with Justin Gaethje that some people thought, Fiziev at least took the 1st round, and Gaethje with the experience got the 2nd and 3rd, but it was still close fight. Good fight. Had a great showing. And Fiziev has the power, the combinations, the distance control, the body kicks. Listen, Gamrot, when he comes forward, his distance management is okay. It's not great, though. His body and his legs are definitely open for kicks, and Fiziev kicks hard, really hard. His body kicks are amazing, super, super loud when he makes contact with your stomach.
He's going to get respect real quick.
Real quick. And Mateusz, I think, counts on people who are getting a little too close, and Fiziev, he used to, but now Fiziev in his last few fights, that's why he's really turned the corner as far as his ranking. His consistency has gone up. He doesn't just go in like a moron and get punched in the face. That doesn't happen. That was maybe happening in his first 2 UFC fights. Now he's keeping the distance smart, throwing kicks smartly, waiting for his opportunity, and when he throws heavy punches, combinations as well. And, great jab, all that kind of stuff. In my opinion, Gamrot goes for chain wrestling. Well, he'll throw like a fake punch, get close to you, and then he'll go for the takedown. But like we said, Fiziev could stop Dos Anjos' takedowns, get up from those. He should be able to be just fine against Gamrot. Fiziev is the better athlete. Fiziev is a better striker all around. Distance control is better. Minus 160, I think, is a great price.
And
pretty great price.
I'm not saying Gamrot's not going to get Fiziev down.
Yeah.
Gamrot, that's what he does.
Gamrot's a hard worker in there. Like, if he grabs a leg, he doesn't just give up. He tries to go for the double. He works
different
hard.
Angles.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, Fiziev is going to get up.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I think Fiziev is going to win.
think he's going to light him up. I think he's going to leg kick Gamrot. I think he's going to hurt Gamrot in the fight. Gamrot gets too close like he did to Jalen Turner, and Jalen Turner almost shut his lights out. I think Fiziev can easily knock out Gamrot in this fight.
Yes.
I don't think that's a problem at all for him. At minus 160, I think is a really, really good price. I think he wins this fight a lot of times and even ends it in a KO a lot. I mean, this is for me.
Just watch the Gaethje fight if you want.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're wrong. Watch the Fizzy Gaethje fight, and that'll turn your opinion around.
Yeah, definitely. I think overall, I think we said our 2 cents, man. Gamrot is a hard worker in there. He does like to pressure a little bit, but Fiziev pressures maybe a little bit more. And when that happens, Gamrot won't be able to do his normal, I pressure you, I do a fucking chain wrestle with my punch and take you down. It's going to be different. Gamrot's going to have to adapt to Fiziev because Fiziev already knows what Gamrot does. He's proven he can do, get up off the ground against Dos Anjos and do things like that. Gamrot has to prove that he can strike with an elite striker like Fiziev. I don't think it's going to be easy for him to adapt, man.
I just don't know.
I just don't think so. But, I'm looking forward to it anyways, just as I'm a huge fan of Fiziev. We both are. We've seen him for, 3-4 fights coming that he was going to be in the top 10, and we felt like he was. And this is
a great main event.
It's one of our guys that we love to watch.
It's a great main event.
If you haven't seen Fiziev before, just watch out for those kicks, those body kicks. They're absolutely monstrous. 155er, but it sounds like he's like 205er when he makes contact. It's amazing power. So, all right, guys, we're going with Fiziev, and
good main event.
I just really love this.
Card.
I love the matchup. I think it's a great victory for Fiziev, and thanks for listening.